Some stories make an entire kingdom laugh, but sometimes they make certain kings laugh much less. For when a legend grows too quickly, it may wound the pride of those who wear a crown.
And in the kingdom, a rabbit was becoming a little too famous. Let us open the book of the tales of Aurighma once more and discover Act 3, the conspiracy of kings.
As the legend of Lapinou began to spread throughout the kingdom, some started to find the story less and less amusing. Among them was Spartaco, the new king of the realm, a respected king, cunning, and above all, an old friend of Violico, now known across the kingdom as the Bitten King. Violico happened to be visiting Spartaco, a visit that did not go unnoticed. Throughout the kingdom, whispers began to spread, and before long, the local gazette echoed the news. Spartaco and Violico agreed. Lapinou's name was appearing far too often in the stories of the realm. Far too often. Spartaco then had an idea. A small lesson. Just enough to remind Lapinou that provoking kings does not go without consequences. A secret meeting was organized. Summoned by the king were Violico, along with Nadia and Mandy, two warriors trusted by the crown, and Netflix, a close acquaintance of Lapinou. Around the table, ideas began to flow.
Let's capture him and turn him into socks!
Let us not be so excessive, my friend.
Spartaco replied calmly. Netflix then spoke.
The carrots. That's his weakness. He won't be able to resist. I have known him for a long time, trust me.
Then Nadia had an idea.
And what if we offered Lapinou a basket full of carrots? Carrots that are slightly expired.
They all thought it was an excellent idea. All of them? Not quite. Mandy was still wondering why she had been invited to this meeting.
My king, I have a question. Why am I here?
Lapinou trusts you. You will send him the carrots, and he will take them without hesitation.
And so, Mandy was also drawn into this story. A caravan filled with carrots was delivered to Lapinou. A true lover of carrots. He bit into them without restraint. The taste was unusual, certainly. But how could one resist such an orange miracle? And so, the trap worked. Lapinou fell ill. Very ill for days and days. But Lapinou was no ordinary rabbit. After a long recovery and plenty of organic carrot soup, he recovered. Completely. Lapinou then understood what had just happened. The gift had been too perfect. He began an investigation. Mandy delivered these carrots to me, but she would never have wanted to harm me. She must have acted against her will. Without knowing exactly who was behind it, Lapinou began to compile a list of potential suspects. A question then began to cross his mind. Should he prepare a revenge? Should he uncover who truly stood behind this vile plan? Lapinou understood that provoking kings is not always without consequences, and that the piece of glove he proudly wore around his neck could be the cause of his misfortune. Within his book, Lapinou had many powerful allies, capable of helping him seek revenge. But reason, should it prevail over pride? And after long minutes of reflection, his decision was made. Definitively.
I choose vengeance. Thus ends Act 3 of the Tales of Aurighma. There is no longer any doubt. Lapinou will not let this affront go unpunished. Vengeance is in motion. It will be written in Act 4.
What seemed like a simple trick was in truth nothing more than a concealed attempt to poison. An act carried out in the name of peace within the kingdom. But was that peace worth the assassination of Lapinou?
Remember this, dear members of the Ark clan. In the Tales of Aurighma, stories never truly end, and anyone may find themselves drawn into them, willingly or by force.
Now, it is your turn to choose. Make your decision by clicking the link in the description of this video. Will you pledge allegiance to the kings? Or will you stand by Lapinou's side